Hello everyone, this is the finale for now of What If Naruto was trained by Anko, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to see more, comment down below. Now let's She and Anko arrived to see a very amazing scene. Much of the canopy of the forest was gone. Not only that, two familiar foreign shinobi were checking over two of their shinobi. They revealed themselves to the group. Kakashi-sensei. Anko-sensei. Shikamaru said. Where's Naruto? Anko demanded. Easy Anko, Kakashi ordered. He turned his attention back to Shikamaru. Report. We had Sasuke when another enemy appeared. We agreed that Naruto should go after him while we faced off against Sasuke's guards. We would have been killed if it weren't for these two. Shikamaru reported. Kakashi looked at the two Suna-san shinobi. I guess things have been settled between each other. Glad that you helped our shinobi. Where are the guards? Temari smirked and pointed to the Oto-sound Kunoiki who was buried under the treetops. Kakashi then saw a puppet with two heads and blood coming out of it. Anko checked on Tayuya and made sure that she was dead. That's when they felt a tremor. They all turned to see several white spikes in the distance. That's where Gaara is. Temari said with some concern. Anko, let's go. Kakashi said. The two Jonin took off in that direction. Two flashes clashed against each other. They moved all around, clashing and creating sparks. Sasuke skid to a stop and looked up only to be kicked in the face. He was sent tumbling on the ground. He got to his feet and glared at Naruto. It only made him angrier when he saw the blonde just stand there with just a few scrapes and calm. With a roar, Sasuke charged him and tried to hit him with punches. Naruto then checked a kick and countered with a jab, snapping his head back. Naruto hit him with a kick and lashed out with a slash of his kunai. Sasuke was able to block the slash, but it knocked him off balance. Naruto grabbed his arm, disarmed him and forced him to the ground using a painful wrist lock. How does the ground taste? Naruto asked. Sasuke growled and quickly rolled out of the hold. On his back, he kicked up and caught Naruto in the face. Naruto backed up, releasing Sasuke. The last Uchiha was quick to his feet and bombarded Naruto with strikes. Sasuke pulled out another kunai and slashed Naruto across his throat. Sasuke thought he won until Naruto dispelled into smoke. Senajushu, hidden shadow snake hands. Sasuke cried out as he was bit by 4 snakes. He was then thrown into the side of the valley wall. Naruto appeared in front of him, Rasengan in hand. Sasuke quickly replaced himself with a log as the jutsu hit. Sasuke appeared behind Naruto and activated the Chidori. He launched himself forward at Naruto's back until a kunai appeared in his path. It exploded, sending Sasuke flying back toward the water. Sasuke managed to correct himself before landing on the surface. He learned the skill after copying it, watching some Jonin train. He had trouble with it as it was his first time using the exercise. Naruto landed across for him, perfectly standing on the water's surface. Sasuke used his Sharingan to copy the flow of Naruto's chakra to perfectly stand on the surface. Sasuke glared at the amused look on Naruto's face. Damn it, I will not allow you to beat me, Dobe, loser. Sasuke spat. The only Dobe here is you. You had the village in the palm of your hand, and you threw it all away because you didn't get strong enough, just because you wanted it the easy way. You're going to lose here, Sasuke, and then, you're going to face the consequences. You don't have a choice in the matter. Naruto said. Sasuke looked at Naruto with rage after those words. It seems to help to full mature his Sharingan. Is that what you think? Let me show you just how wrong you are. Sasuke exclaimed as marks appeared on his face. He vanished, stunning the blonde. He was even more stunned when he felt the air leave him. He was sent flying toward the valley wall before he was hit hard into the water. Naruto didn't get far as Sasuke's hand grabbed him by the front of his shirt and dragged out of the water. Sasuke punched him 3 times in the gut before kicking him away. Sasuke vanished and reappeared on the side of the valley wall doing hand seals. Kaiten, Gokakyu no Jutsu, great fireball technique. He roared and launched a huge fireball at Naruto. The blonde saw this and quickly did seals of his own. Suten, Suijinheki, water formation wall. Naruto spat out water that formed and protected him from the flames. Sasuke watched the steam around Naruto and launched himself toward it. He dove in and engaged. There were sounds of blows being thrown and Naruto was sent flying across the water. Sasuke shot out and caught up to Naruto. He grabbed him by the throat and carried him across the water, slamming him into the wall. Sasuke held him up as he slowly applied pressure. Not so big now, Dobe. Sasuke said with amusement. Naruto coughed up some bile before grinning at Sasuke. So, you got in a couple of shots and you believe that you've won. All you have just shown me is that you need Snake Face's Hikari to keep up. Naruto choked out. Sasuke snarled and slammed him into the wall harder. Oh, did I hit a nerve? Sasuke growled and flicked out another kunai and thrust his arm forward. Naruto quickly caught Sasuke's wrist and held the kunai back. He grabbed his other wrist and began to apply pressure. Sasuke watched with shock and pain as Naruto removed his hand around his throat. Naruto's strength surprised Sasuke and looked at the blonde. He could see that his eyes were now slitted and red. His whisker marks were more pronounced, and his nails were digging into his skin. Naruto growled at him as he forced Sasuke to his knees. Sasuke was looking up at Naruto. What are you? I'm the guy who is about to beat your ass. Naruto growled. Releasing one of Sasuke's wrist, Naruto drilled Sasuke in the jaw. The force of the punch created huge splash and sent Sasuke deep underwater. Sasuke tried to get control of himself only to be attacked by Naruto's clones. Sasuke quickly swam to the surface and burst out. He landed on the surface and skid to stop. He was waiting for an attack from below only to be attacked to his left. Naruto battered Sasuke with punches and kicks. One kick sent Sasuke toward the statue of Madara. He crashed near its feet and struggled to get up. What's matter, Sasuke? You were talking big a minute ago. Naruto spat. Don't talk down to me. Sasuke shouted and charged at Naruto, his Sharingan blazing. Naruto met his charge and the two met in the middle of the waterfall. They began to throw punches and kicks at each other. Naruto was getting the better of the two as he used the heavy snake style. Sasuke was too angry to use the full power of his Sharingan. All he wanted to do was destroy the blonde in front of him. The exchange ended when the two punched each other. Naruto was the first to recover and uppercut Sasuke away. Sasuke rolled on the water and came to a stop by the base of the Madara statue. Naruto was breathing hard and tried to recover quickly. Sasuke got to his knees and glared at Naruto. He was breathing just as hard and his anger continued to grow. Naruto should be nothing to him. A loser who played pranks for attention and shouted about being Hokage. He got lucky when he met that bitch, Anko. The same bitch that Orochimaru rejected and who gave her the power he was now wielding. So why was he so damn weak? He looked at Naruto with fury. His Sharingan was blazing and bore into the blonde. It was then that he saw something within the blonde. It was a second chakra source. What was that chakra? He didn't care about that now. All that mattered was killing Naruto. Sasuke did hand seals and activated the Chidori. Seeing this, Naruto created a clone to help him form the Rasengan. Once the two jutsu were ready, the two charged at each other. They were in each other's face when they thrust their attacks forward. Chidori. Rasengan. The two attacks clashed, pushing the water away. Sasuke tried hard to beat Naruto's jutsu but his Chidori could not penetrate it. After a while, the two jutsu cancelled each other out, sending the two flying away from each other. They crashed into the feet of Madara and Hashirama. Sasuke struggled to his feet and so did Naruto. Both could feel that they were on their last legs. Naruto stood up and took a couple of breaths, the Kyuubi's chakra fading. Are you ready to surrender, Sasuke? I don't know about you, but I can keep going. Naruto said with ragged breaths. Sasuke was looking at Naruto with hatred. He had to clench his hand so that it would stop shaking. That jutsu of Naruto's was so much stronger than his. What irked him more was that he couldn't copy it. Why was this happening? Why couldn't he kill this nobody? I need more chakra. I need more power. Give me more power. Sasuke screamed in his mind. The marks began to move across his face and body. Naruto watched as Sasuke began to transform. His hair got longer and was turning gray. His skin was also turning gray. The chakra pouring out of him was powerful. Well, that's going to be a problem. Naruto said to himself. Need my help, brat? The Kyuubi asked. You offering? Not complaining, but I don't trust you and I know you don't like me. Naruto thought. True, but I hate those eyes. Also, he kills you, he'll kill me. That damn Yondaime, fourth, did this seal well. Good point. How much of your chakra are you going to allow me to use? Enough for you to finish this fight. However, it will not last long due to your injuries and it will hurt a lot. The QB said with humor. Funny, just get on with it. Naruto spat. A surge of chakra exploded out of Naruto, causing him to scream. Naruto roared in pain as red chakra began to encase him. Sasuke watched as the chakra took form. He continued to watch as Naruto dropped on all fours. The chakra took the shape of an animal, complete with ears and a tail. What the hell is that chakra? It looks alive, Sasuke said to himself. He ignored it as a roar alerted him to Naruto who was running toward him. Kaiten, Ruka no Jutsu, Dragon Fire Technique. Sasuke roared and fired a huge flame at Naruto. Naruto took a deep breath before letting out a huge roar. The roar blew and snuffed out the flame. Sasuke had to cover his eyes to block the spraying water. Naruto was in Sasuke's area and threw a punch that Sasuke dodged. However, he was still hit when that red chakra moved on its own and gave him 3 claw marks on his cheek. Sasuke quickly got some distance and fired several balls of fire at Naruto. The blonde dodged the attacks, running up Madara's statue. Naruto got above Sasuke who was running up the waterfall. He let out another roar that sent Sasuke flying toward the bottom. Sasuke suddenly sprouted wings from his back and used it to stop himself. Naruto reared his arm back and threw it forward, launching a large chakra claw at Sasuke. With a flap, Sasuke rocketed up to the top of the waterfall. Naruto quickly followed and reached the top. Sasuke landed on Hashirama's statue while Naruto stood on Madara's statue. The two glared at each other. Both boys were breathing hard. Sasuke could feel his chakra getting low and Naruto's body was screaming in pain from using the Kyuubi's chakra. They knew that this would be their final attack. Sasuke did the hand seals for the Chidori while Naruto held out his palm. Sasuke's Chidori was screeching while the Rasengan began to form. Sasuke poured all his chakra into the Chidori, turning it black. The lightning was deafening but it did not worry Naruto. His purple Rasengan was really to go. The two glared at each other. I'm going to kill you Naruto. I'm going to finish you and you will be nothing more than a bad memory. Sasuke spat. Take your best shot Uchiha. Naruto exclaimed. Sasuke roared and flew at Naruto. Naruto launched at Sasuke. They met in the middle and thrust their attacks at each other. Chidori. Rasengan. The two jutsu collided, creating an explosion of chakra. The two attacks encased the two in a black sphere, pushing water away and destroying pieces of the statue. The sphere began to break apart, showering the area in a bright light. Kakashi and Anko saw the light and could feel the chakra from where they were. The two Jonin picked up the pace. They were worried about what was going on. Chapter 48. The rain began to pour as Anko and Kakashi arrived at the valley. Anko frantically looked for Naruto while Kakashi did the same, but he was observing the area of battle. The two boys must have really gone at it from the damage that he saw and the chakra that he felt. There he is. Anko shouted and flew toward Naruto. They appeared next to the blonde who was holding his side. Anko knelt to see the severity of the wound. It was bad and she applied more pressure to stop the bleeding. Ow damn it, that hurts. Naruto exclaimed. Shut up. I need to stop the damn bleeding. Anko shouted. She kept applying the pressure and the bleeding slowed. Kakashi observed the wound too. Damn it, why isn't that stupid fox within not doing its job? Because of the chakra used, it might not be able to. We need to stop this bleeding before we can move him. Kakashi said. What do you think I'm doing? Anko spat. Kakashi ignored her and was preparing to do something when Naruto gripped his wrist. He looked at the blonde who was giving him a hard look. You need to get Sasuke. You need to retrieve the body. Naruto hissed out. We need to deal with you first. Kakashi said. No, if Snakeface gets Sasuke's body, who knows what, Naruto said before passing out. The Jonin were frantic and quickly checked for a pulse. Luckily the pulse was strong, and he must have passed out from the pain. Kakashi then noticed a blood trail that the rain was washing away. It must have been Sasuke and by the words Naruto said, he wouldn't have looked for a live person. He turned to Anko. Cauterize the wound and get him ready to move. Kakashi ordered before leaping off after his former student. Not too far away, Sasuke was using one arm to drag himself toward the border. His other hand was holding the neck wound that was spraying out blood. He was dying. He could feel his energy leave him and it angered him more. He kept dragging himself, his hate giving him strength. I will not be denied. I will complete my ambition. Sasuke thought viciously. That's when he heard the howls of dogs. He knew those howls and he tried to drag himself faster. However, he was losing strength fast and he couldn't keep going. No, I will not stop. I will not. With that last thought, Sasuke stopped moving. Blood leaked out of his neck and began to pool. That's when the area around him began to swirl into itself. After a few moments, a figure appeared. He was wearing a black robe with red clouds and an orange, swirl mask. He looked at the body for a while. That's when he heard the howls getting closer. He looked at Sasuke's body again before doing something. Sasuke began to swirl until his body just disappeared. Once that was done, he did the same, vanishing completely. It was then that Kakashi arrived to find a small pool of blood but no Sasuke's. He ordered his hounds to find him, but it would be for nothing. Sasuke was now in enemy hands. Tsunade was working on the wound that Naruto received. She was being very careful and made sure that the nurses with her were doing their job. The boy was out and hooked up to various machines that would keep him alive. Outside, Anko and Kakashi watched as their Hokage worked on him. They did not talk to each other and were just waiting for the results. The silence was uncomfortable between the two. I blame you, Kakashi, Anko said finally. She turned to glare at the one-eyed Jonin. I blame you for what happened to my Otutu, little brother. If you had just done your damn job as a sensei, we wouldn't be in this position. If you had just put that little asshole in his place, we wouldn't be in this position. You failed in your job and Naruto is paying the price. What do you want me to say, Anko? If I apologize, you'll only get angry. Kakashi said. You're damn right. I have a reason to be. I took care of him when everyone ignored him. I trained him, I worried about him, I listened to him when he had issues. What the hell did you or anyone else do? Anko spat. That's enough. A voice said. They both turned to see Tsunade. You're in a hospital. Act like it. Sorry, Hokage-sama, how is Naruto? Anko asked. He'll be fine. Cauterizing the wound was a good idea. Lucky for him, Sasuke's hand missed his stomach and liver but only by inches. It was not too difficult of a fix, but he will be out for a while. She turned to Anko. You can keep watch over him if you want, but I need you, Kakashi, to tell me what you know about what you found. Depending on what you saw, we might have to declare this mission a failure. Yes, Hokage-sama, Kakashi said. The two turned to leave while Anko followed the staff that was transporting Naruto to his room. Naruto looked out his window to look at the village. He was a little restless because he had been cooped in this room for 3 days. He never liked hospitals and he was looking for an escape. However, he couldn't get out because his Oni-san, big sister, was being a worrywart. His attention was taken away by a knock on his door. He turned and saw that it was Shikamaru. Hey Shikamaru, you're still in hospital? Naruto asked. Just checking in on everybody. You're the last person that I'm coming to see. Shikamaru said. He then looked around looking for someone. Wasn't that crazy woman here? I figured that she wouldn't let you out of her sight. Naruto sighed before intimidating footsteps. That's when a huge snake head peered into the room. The serpent narrowed its eyes at Naruto before leaving. Naruto turned to Shikamaru with annoyance. Shikamaru looked at the blonde with wide eyes. That Oni-san of yours is nuts. Tell me something I don't know. Naruto said. Shikamaru took a seat and faced his comrade. Naruto got serious and looked at him. What do you know? Shikamaru sighed and looked at Naruto. The mission is considered a failure and a success. The failure is that we did not receive Sasuke's body. Either Orochimaru got his body, or the wildlife got him. The success is due to the wound that you gave him. Even if Orochimaru got to him, he wouldn't survive. That's all I have, Shikamaru explained. Naruto turned away and looked up at the ceiling. He's still alive, he mumbled. What? He asked. Sasuke, he's still alive. I don't know how, but that bastard is still alive. The blonde said. There's no way, Naruto. The blonde they found, you cut an artery. He would have bled out in moments. The Nara said. I just have a feeling. I trust my gut on this, and because I do, I need to get stronger. Naruto said. What are you talking about? Shikamaru asked. I should have stopped Sasuke easy. Kakashi might not have trained me as much, but Anko Oni-san trained me better. I even learned something from Erosen and Pervy Sage, but I need more. It isn't just my Sasuke feeling. There are some strong shinobi that are planning something bad. I need to be ready for it. Naruto explained seriously. Shikamaru had never seen the blonde this serious. Maybe he should consider taking his words serious as well. Tsunade rubbed her temples and was begging for a drink. She glared at Jiraiya, who did not look happy either. I swear to God, Jiraiya, Tsunade growled. I don't get why we are having this conversation either. The kid needs to get stronger, and I am asking permission to take him out of the village to do that. Why is this such a big deal? Jiraiya argued. Because you are refusing to tell me what you are planning to teach the boy. For some reason, Anko believes that your focus will be training Naruto in using the Kyuubi, Nine Tails, chakra. Tsunade explained. Well, yeah, he needs to be able to use its chakra. He stated. Do you even know how? Tsunade asked. Jiraiya scratched his cheek and chuckled nervously. Do you ever think first? You have no knowledge of how to train a Jinchuriki. The only ones who have succeeded in fully controlling their Jinchuriki are from Kirigakure, Hidden Mist, and Kumogakure, Hidden Cloud. Do you have access to their training methods? Is A willing to help you? Why are you judging me about this? Do you not trust me to make the brat strong enough to face the Akatsuki? Jiraiya demanded with a hard tone. I trust you, but you are being reckless. You have no understanding of how to train him with something that he is unwilling to use. You trained the Yondaime fourth. He might have been a prodigy, but he needed help. Are you telling me that you can't do so with Naruto? Naruto is much different than the Yondaime. That's a weak excuse because Anko certainly didn't have a problem in training him to the current level. Hearing that, Jiraiya's eyes narrowed. So, it's Anko who is complaining about me. So, you're just going to take her worries and not see the bigger picture. It was now Tsunade's turn to narrow her eyes. I am, because she has a point. If you cannot train Naruto in anything else but the Kyuubi's chakra, then I will not allow you to have him. That's the deal, Jiraiya. You teach Naruto to be a shinobi, or I will find someone who will. The two teammates looked at each other with hard looks. Jiraiya let out a frustrated huff before nodding at her. He took his leave, vanishing in a puff of smoke. Tsunade let out a sigh and cut her thumb. She smeared her blood and did the seals for the Kuchio's no Jutsu summoning technique. A blue and white slug appeared before her. Tsunade-sama, how may I be of service? I need you to get in touch with Gamabunta, Katsuyu. I have a message to deliver. Tsunade said. It took a week for Naruto to leave the hospital. While he was in there, Tsunade and Jiraiya had come to him to tell him about his training mission. They said that he would have to leave the village for 2.5 years to be ready for the Akatsuki. Based on what Erosen said, the group were going silent for a while. He agreed to go, but he did notice that there was tension between the two and couldn't help but wonder why. He was packing his things and getting stuff in order when he heard a knock at his door. He made his way to the front and opened the door. He was surprised to see Kakashi. Oh, hey Kakashi. Can I help you with something? He asked. No, I just came to give you something for your trip. The truth is, I am not worthy of it, and I think that it would help you better than me. Kakashi said and pulled out a kunai that made Naruto look at it with wonder. It had 3 blades on it, and it looked cool. Kakashi handed him the kunai, which Naruto began to twirl it around. The handle is a little thicker than I'm used to. What's the markings for? Naruto asked. Oh, it's just a special seal. Anyway, good luck on your training. Kakashi said and turned to leave. Hey Kakashi, Naruto said. The Jonin stopped to look at him. Thanks. I know that things didn't work out with us as teacher and student, but I hope that we can still be comrades. Naruto gave him a wide grin. Kakashi's lone eye widened, but it turned into an ice smile. That sounds like a plan. Later, Naruto. Kakashi vanished from the apartment. Naruto re-entered his apartment and looked at his cool new weapon. Naruto flew through the trees to get to the meeting spot. He had been contacted by Hinata's bodyguard to meet her near the river. After a tense stare promising pain, he grabbed his stuff and headed over. He was curious what this was about. He saw her standing by the river. Hey Hinata, Naruto called out. The girl in question turned to face him as he landed. She smiled at him and jogged up. So, what did you need to see me for? I just wanted to get you something before you went on your mission. Hinata said and produced an orange-colored rope bracelet with a swirl charm dangling. Wow, I'm getting all type of gifts today. Naruto said with a small smile. I guess that I should be giving you your present now too. Naruto sat before pulling out the same bracelet he got. The rope was lavender in color, and it had a pressed flower as a charm. Hinata took the bracelet and was very happy. Her smile made the blonde blush a little. So, how long will you be gone for? Hinata asked. At least 2.5 years. I hope to get really strong during that time. Naruto answered. Hinata looked at him in thought before looking at the bracelet she was given. Then I will get stronger too, she said, gaining Naruto's attention. Sure looked at him with a smile. In 2.5 years, when you get back, I will be stronger too. We will be stronger together. Naruto looked at her in surprise. She had come a long way from the timid girl he remembered. He gave her a smile too. Yeah, we will get stronger together, Naruto stated boldly. Oh, come on, a voice shouted. The two genin snapped to the voice to see Anko step out. Enough of this sappy stuff. Just grab his face and stick your tongue down his throat. Anko, Kurenai exclaimed. Her reveal also revealed Sakura, Ino, Kiba, Shino, Shikamaru, Choji and Akamaru. Naruto was red in the face in embarrassment and anger. Hinata's whole head was red, and smoke was coming out of her ears. Her eyes rolled into the back of her head, and she fainted. Naruto caught her and tried to cool her down. Anko just cackled while Kurenai went to help and the genin just watched with wonder. Eyes open to a dim-lit room. It took a while for the eyes to adjust to the light, but it soon did. He looked around the room they were in and wondered where he was. So, you're finally awake. The person turned to the voice to see a masked man. They kept their eyes on the man who took a seat. They looked at each other and tried to speak, but the masked man stopped him. I wouldn't speak yet. You are still critical even if you're stable. I managed to save you, but I could not save your voice. Naruto destroyed your voice box. You can not longer speak. This made their eyes widen and fist clench. Yeah, I would be mad too, but like I said, take it easy. It will be months before you can move around. He spoke. It took a while, but they did calm down and looked at the ceiling. The masked man scoffed at the dismissal, but he stayed. You know, I considered letting you die that day. You did not fit into what I am planning, but I decided not to. Do you know why? I didn't think that you should die without knowing the truth. The truth about that day you lost your clan. I would know because I was there. They looked at the man with surprise. Yes, I did participate in the slaughter of your clan, but only because I was asked to help. Itachi knew about me in the day and asked for my help for the sanctioned elimination of the Uchiha. The eyes narrowed in confusion. Yes, I said sanctioned. Come now, a whole clan eliminated and not one Konoha shinobi arrived. Don't you find that strange? I know the reason for the death of your clan, as does Itachi. If you want, I can tell that truth and who was responsible. You're going to be here for a while. Might as well learn the truth of your former village. So, what do you say, Sasuke? The young Uchiha looked at the masked man with hard eyes, them changing into the Sharingan. He nodded and the masked man could only smile. Very well, I will tell you the truth. However, I think that we should be introduced. My name is Uchiha Madara. That will be it for this video. I know some of y'all are confused about this being the finale, but I put in for now because the author of the story never finished the second part, and I put the link in the description if you wanted to check for yourself. And don't forget to like, subscribe and to leave a comment. Oh, I almost forgot, I will have a different what if up tomorrow and it has a true ending, so